gentlemen, welcome aboard this live launch with Hunkydory TV. The crafting captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign and we are now cleared for takeoff. In preparation for launch, please ensure all of your troubles and worries are properly stowed. You won't be needing those today. Our flight time will be a craft-filled 60 minutes or more, and the Hunkydory crew are now ready for departure. At this time, we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our video presentation. Live launch takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have live launch liftoff.
Hello everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome to another launch show here on Hunkydory Craft TV. My name is Natalie and I'm going to be running you through everything we have on the show today. We've got lovely Emily in the production station making sure that everything runs smoothly, you know, all the camera to cam, all the mics, everything. And then over in the demonstration station, I'm not seeing Kat in so long.
I know.
Hi Kat.
Good morning.
How are you?
They've seen me.
They've seen you a lot, yeah. But I'm not seeing you.
No, it feels like forever.
It does feel like forever. It literally has probably been like a week and a half. It's not been that long at all, really. But in our terms of things, it's been quite a while. So we have another show that is absolutely going to rack up this week of amazing crafty delights because we have the most stunning collection to bring to you. We still have our Super Saver deals running. They're running until tomorrow, and Tenner Tuesday bargains, you can still grab them up to Sunday. So loads of things to be whetting your appetites over on the website. So go have a look, hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. You'll be able to find all the different offer sections on the website and have a little sneak peek at what is to come. But today we are launching the amazing, it's that good that it needs the extra oomph, amazing Under the Moonlight Collection. But before we get into it, we've got to tell you about our Win It Weekly competition. And this week, 3 people are going to win our amazing Prism Ombre selection. You have 8 ink pads here, and they are absolutely phenomenal. I'll show you what you get in each one of them because you're going to get a trio of colour tones which work perfectly together. These create incredible backgrounds. We've got 8 different colours. There's the green, we've got brown, blue, orange, we've got yellow, pink, purple. So even with the chance of winning, all you've got to do is answer this question. You need to like, share and comment. What role did Emily play in her Christmas nativity as a child? This is reminding me that I need to find my photograph when I get home. A, donkey, B, angel, or C, Mary? We were saying, Kat, we need to find our nativity photos and then we can put them up on Friday and people will have to guess what we were. I think I remember what your nativity animal was.
Do you remember?
I think so, but do you know when you second guessing yourself? It is something very obvious.
Oh, no, it's not.
It isn't?
No, not at all. I was telling Emily yesterday she was in stitches.
We're going to have to have a conversation about this because I thought I knew what it was. I thought I was very, very adamant on what she was. So we're going to have to recap this later on. But you will find out what Emily was in her nativity and you'll find out the winners of this prize and what everyone else was in their nativity because we're going to, we'd definitely, if we can, find some photos and have a very funny old time. So let's get on with it. Take a look at this VT because this collection is going to blow your minds. Kat's just told me what she was in her school nativity. if she doesn't have a photo of that, I'll be very disappointed because we need to see that in all of its glory.
I mean, it wasn't technically a nativity, it was just a Christmas play, so.
Okay. Well, there's been weirder things in Christmas plays. Right, let's get to it because this is a beauty. We'll go straight in with what everyone wants. It is the massive bundle for you. Look at this. It is absolutely phenomenal. This is our Under the Moonlight Ultimate Collection. This collection, you're going to get 8 topper sets, 8 completely different topper sets with amazing imagery on, all foiled in stunning rainbow holographic mirror. You're also going to get your inserts included. You can see them all in the middle. There's 36 of those and the most adorable 8x8 paper pad. Getting it this way saves you £10. It's $34.97 altogether. Is that the price if you are in the diamond deals? In the diamond deals, it's going to come down even more. £31. That is quite incredible for what you're getting here. I genuinely can't believe how good it is. So let's go into this and have a look at the main topper collection first of all, because after you see this, you're going to want to see a demo straight away. So of course, we're going to give you the inspiration sheet filled with amazing models and things that you can be making at home. And then, are you ready for this? I don't think you are. Look at this. I was saying yesterday, because I launched this on Hobby Maker, how atmospheric, how absolutely gorgeous the artwork is included in this set. In this specific topper, you have all of the beautiful bunny imagery. You've got ones for family in there, maybe mum or dad. You've got ones for maybe to someone you love. The sentiments as well are amazing because they cover so much. These are all foiled and die cut, so we're just going to pop these out and lay them on with some foam pads, and then you have your coordinating cardstock. I love the fact that this mirror is everywhere in this collection and it just works so well. You could have put silver in here, but it just wouldn't have been as spectacular. The cardstock is absolutely amazing. I just cannot get over the artwork in this collection. Then we have Christmas cuddles with the beautiful tigers in there, looking absolutely adorable. So beautiful. You've got that accent foiling not only on the frames, but you've got it all throughout your imagery as well, with those little sprinkles of rainbow goodness. Then your topper sheets for this one, you have the lovely border frame with the foiling running down the side. We've got the border frame across the bottom and top. This one has to be fussy cut, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%.
We've got to fussy cut those lions, whether you're doing it to make a front stepper, a side stepper, maybe just an overlay on your card. That one has to be removed. Then we've got winter wolves. In this one, you've got a really nice shaped bracket selection in here. Really nice shapes as well. So we've got the long sort of rectangle, then we've got a square down here, so it's going to make your cards really different. The styles that we're going to be making, I am just absolutely obsessed with this artwork. Look how detailed it is and how just there's so much depth. It's very mystical, mysterious. The colorways are so different for Christmas as well, with those beautiful blues and purple tones. Look at this cardstock. It's incredible. You can see the breath there coming out of the wolf. There's so much going on. Then we've got polar bear hugs, which has the very sweet polar bear family on. Again, we've got something for lots of different occasions, because you've got the family there, then you've got the two at the bottom, then you've got just the two together. Absolutely adorable. This is a really beautiful sheet with that sort of bokeh effect background, the super cool border there on the end. I'd be snipping into that and moving it away. And then we've got a little bit of the fancy northern lights in here too. Absolutely just gorgeous. This collection is honestly probably the most beautiful collection we have done in a while when it comes to sort of those animal themes. It's just divine. You've got so much going on, and I also like the fact that you can mix and match some of these cardstocks as well. Look at this. Every single time. It's so magical. You've got that real nice sort of like light sat behind him there, which just brings him to life so much more. And I love the ombres of colour. This one's super, super cute. So we've got Wild Winter in here, which has your penguins. I feel like this has a name, and the name that I would call it makes it not sound as good, but it begins with an R, like Russet or something.
I was going to go with Stoat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there is a name that you call them beginning with an R though, although knowing me, it probably isn't. I was going to say Ferret, but there we go, a Stoat family. And then, honestly, could you get any more cuter than these two little seals? I mean, this is just me every morning not wanting to get out of bed.
Aww.
A little seal. I can't explain how much I'm in love with this artwork. It's just gorgeous, and it doesn't stop here. We've still got two more toppers to look through. We have the wonderful owls. Look at that, Miri. Every time you move it, it's just gorgeous. So much going on, no matter what you're going to do with this, it's beautiful. And then finally the little leopard cubs, the snow leopards there, in those beautiful rounds. Absolutely stunning. Look at this cardstock. Look at this. I mean, they must be quite chilly because they are very high up in the mountains there, but the way that that light is shining through the clouds, it is just divine. And then to go alongside that, you have this beautiful number, perfect for your step cards with those two borders on each side. Getting this collection, just this topper collection, is £24.99. You're going to be able to make a minimum of 16 cards, but as you saw when we flicked through there, you have 3 main topper images on all of these, which means I would say you can make 3 cards from each of these toppers if you're being a little bit fancy with the shapes that you do and cutting into your cardstock. This is £24.99, okay? For an extra £6 if you're in the club, if you're not in the club, obviously it's an extra £10, you can get all of this. So not only are you going to get this beautiful collection with the toppers, but you're also going to get that 8x8 paper pad. And you're going to get the inserts as well. So it's a no-brainer that you should get this. It's absolutely stunning. And we said this yesterday, when you see this in person and you see the depth, the dimension, the colours, you are going to be blown away even more than you are seeing it with us showing it here to you today. So if you want to get that, you absolutely can do. We're going to run through everything else, but before we do that, let's go over to Kat for a demo.
Oh, you nearly caught me mid-yawn then. I thought I had another second. Okay, so I'm going to work with our beautiful little Stoat family. I was really, really struggling which to choose, and I thought, let's go with something that's not the most obvious. I was obviously really drawn to the lions and the tigers and
yeah, which I think everyone will be, won't they?
But
and all of the big toppers as well. So sometimes it's nice to see how you would use the smaller toppers maybe. There's so much love for this collection as well. Good morning to everyone who's watching. Hello, it's lovely to be here with you.
So I am starting with a 7x5" card blank. Get my scoring tool, and I'm going to score at 2.5 inches to create like just an easel card at the front. But I am going to chop into it in a bit. Now, gear myself up for this because I've got to remember to do things in the right order today, otherwise I could cause myself some trouble. So the first bit I am going to mat and layer is this bit in the front here, because what I'm going to do is I want to cut the bottom of the oval out of the front here.
Okay.
So I'm going to be using my tape so I know it's stuck down, and then I'm going to put it through the die cutting machine fully knowing it's not going to cut all the way through, because I am going to end up with like 4 layers of cardstock.
Kat, this is one of those demos where I'm thinking, what on earth is this going to turn out like? It makes me very excited. Good morning to everyone who's watching over on our Facebook. Good morning, Angela, Sheila, Kaz is joining us, Margaret and Heather, Pat's joining us as well, Jackie too. Lots of people absolutely loving this collection as well. It is just beautiful, isn't it?
It is, and like you said before, it really doesn't do it justice on the camera.
Sonda says, I love this collection, it's so gorgeous. Debbie, I love this new collection. Valerie says, wow, gorgeous collection, absolutely loving it.
So I'm cutting this top strip down to 3 notches under the 2.5 inches by 3 notches under the 7 inches to match my matte layer. That's 2.5 by 7. And like I said, I'm going to be using tape if I can find where to put it.
Kirsty's also commented to say, I love that these can be cards for winter birthdays, get well soon, winter new babies, as well as Christmas. They are so beautiful. And it is true that it is Christmassy without having Christmas thrown at your face.
Yeah.
And I think the lovely contemporary colours, that really fun foiling brings that to life. And you can do it. There's so many images that would be perfect for sort of new babies in here, especially in the 8x8 pad that we're going to bring to you as well. It's just delightful and so different from, I think, anything that we've ever done.
It is absolutely stunning. I don't know, there's moments in it that remind me a little bit of like Avatar, you know, like an animal version of Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
Those beautiful blues and the light reflecting in the background and picking up on all those rainbow colours. Absolutely stunning. Then same again, I'm going to use tape. So, like I was saying, I'm going to run this through the die cut machine, but I'm not really expecting it to cut through all 4 layers. I'm going to use it more as a guide, and then I can go around with my craft knife just to finish it off. If it does, that would be fabulous. But because it's so thick, you kind of have to take a layer out of your plate sandwich.
For it to run through your
Yeah,
machine.
for it to run through. But we'll see how we get on. So let's put this one on here. But it's a much easier way than trying to die cut the bits individually and get them all to line up perfectly. So I'm going to fold this over so it goes through the front and the back. I'm going to pop this on the bottom here and get a little bit of low-tack tape. And this is just going to be where I place my topper afterwards. But I'm going to have it floating on some acetate. So.
Good morning to everyone as well who is joining us over on our YouTube. It's nice to see you all. Loads and loads of people saying so many different things for the Win It Weekly question, which I really, really like. Susan Dodd on YouTube says, I'm going to say Emily was a donkey because donkeys are great animals. And on that note, good morning to everyone.
I saw one yesterday because we didn't have the iPad yesterday, but where I was having a little look last night and I saw a lovely one that said, I think Emily would have been an angel because she's hardly ever seen but full of, what's the word? Something knowledge.
Oh,
like
that's
lots
cute.
of like invaluable knowledge. I was like, ooh,
she
that's
does
nice.
have a brain full of crazy things that I think sometimes you don't necessarily need to know, but Emily knows them all. She really does. It's crazy. Rachel has said, I've just put my order in, full bundle, plus the acetate, adorable squirrel, and the ribbon pack. Yes, if you've been online, you will see absolutely everything we've got coming to you on the show. It all coordinates amazingly. That acetate, by the way, I think might sell out.
I'm thinking it will as well.
Because it is incredible. What we might do is I might do a little sneak peek of that acetate first before we go to anything, because that might sell out. It did sell out yesterday, so the chances of it selling out today are, Emily said it already, so many people are adding it to their baskets. It's going to sell out, so if you want to get it this morning. Just add it in, please. I don't want people to miss out, because I don't think you'll find any acetate in your stash that will work with this collection. Just with it having that amazing foiling, you've got that foiling within your acetate, so please just add it to your basket. Vicky says I need this collection.
Everybody needs this collection.
I know, they do.
So, like I said, because we're going through 4 layers, it's not quite cut through the 3 there, and it's not cut through this back one, but it has like scored into it, so I've got a really good like guide of where to go with my craft knife. And on the front it's even easier because you have got that quite deep cut there. So we're just going to cut the rest of this out with the craft knife. I mean, and you could do this much simpler just by sticking your topper on top, but I just love how it's going to like give you that kind of floating element. Just need to keep with a bit more pressure.
I think it's sometimes, you know, it's something that having dies is kind of like a luxury product, isn't it? They are quite pricey. So sometimes you don't have dies, and you might watch demos and think, how can I create this look without having those dies? And Kat's absolutely correct. Just pop your topper in place and draw around that as a guide, and then you can create this sort of look in exactly the same way.
So that's the front bit done. So now we're just going to go and follow this score line that's on the back here, and we've just got 1 layer to cut through here, so this should be a little bit easier going. And there we go, and we pop that out, and this will give us this lovely kind of hollow effect on the front of the card. Now I'm going to mat and layer the bottom now I'm done with the die cutting. The reason I've not done that is because sometimes if you've got marks on your plate and things and you're going through quite thick layers, you can pick up almost like an embossed effect on the bottom of the card. So I thought it's better to do that afterwards and just take that chance out of there.
Because sometimes you can have these crazy ideas and it looks really good, but then you kind of feel like you've ruined it when you've got all those marks from your die cut machine.
So I'm cutting a mat and layer now from the remaining cardstock, which will be 5 by 7 and 3 notches under for your layer. And I can go back in with my construction glue with this one because we don't need to do any die cutting. It's falling out with me for not using it. There we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, I am going to use some acetate on this one, so you will get a sneaky peek here as well. So I'm just going to leave that to dry for a second before I pop that in place, and I'm going to go over to my topper. I'm going to pop this out. And then I'm going to take out my middle frame. But definitely keep hold of this because you will find lots of uses for it within the rest of the collection. So
Amanda has commented to say, please, 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 no more nice collections. I don't want to buy any more till at least Christmas.
Oh dear.
That is the trouble, isn't it?
We can't make any promises on that one, I'm afraid.
Oh, I love that you've given a little sneak peek of this acetate.
Beautiful,
This is just
isn't
one
it?
of the 4 designs that we have coming up for you. We are going to show that straight away because the stock is it's getting to a very limited point. I think a lot of people have absolutely loved this, so they're throwing it in. It works so perfectly with your collection, so I'm not surprised that people are wanting to get this.
I know, it's like you said before, sometimes with acetate you're like, oh well, I've got other acetate in my collection that's got gold and silver on, so I can make that work with this collection as well, but this one is so specifically designed for this. Don't take your chances. Right, I'm going to look like I'm being a little bit wasteful here, but because I'm putting it at the bottom, I want to find where the highest point is so I get the most of the design on as possible. So I am going to plonk it right in the middle.
You've still got quite a bit of space though for
yeah, other bits and pieces.
Other elements. You could do little strips from the bit that you've got there.
Yeah. And then just run my scissors around the edge. I love cutting through acetate. There's something so tactile about it.
It's the noise, isn't it, that it makes?
Yeah.
But such a good way of utilising things like acetate and parchment to do this technique.
Yeah. Okay, so let's put all my bits to one side and we can start building this up. So we'll get you on the bottom now.
I'm still a little bit confused on where this is going. So I'm excited to see this now.
It'll make sense very
Sometimes
shortly.
in your brain you're like, oh, yeah, I know what she's doing. Nope, not a clue.
It's not that complicated. It's
No,
just
it won't be.
It's just a twist on a twist on an old favourite. So now you see, we're going to stick our topper on there. Yeah?
Yeah. Looking good.
You're happy now?
Yeah. I know where you're going. Makes sense.
You know what, I'm going to use tape again because I don't want it sliding down on me. So we're quite low down, so I'm not going to go too high up. Now, when I come to sticking my topper on, it is going to look a little bit ugly at the back. I'm not going to do it today because of time, but this is where you can use one of your inserts and just die cut a oval that matches the size of this and stick it on the back, and that'll cover up any ugly workings on the back. So we'll pop this over.
This does look really good.
Here. It's just a slightly different take on it. And we'll go in with a couple of foam pads. And then we can get decorating the bottom. So we'll put them back on there. Now, because we've got this gorgeous stoat family at the bottom here, it's going to be we're going to have quite a big depth at the front here. I'm going to put my stopper quite high up for a change. But it will work. You might just need to give your back of your card just an extra crease, but it will stand.
Yeah.
So, also on this set, we have this beautiful ribbon strip that just works perfectly. So, I'm going to cut this into like 2 little banner strips. So, I want it to come to about here. So, I'm going to cut from that side. And then I'm just going to cut a tiny little fishtail into the bottom. And we'll pop this one on foam pads, so that'll work as our stopper for our card. And then I'm going to line this up just above the top of We want to see Stoke Dad's head, just so when it's stood up it's not going to interfere. And then I'm just going to trim this one down a little bit, and we'll do the same again. Little triangle at the bottom.
It is really, really beautiful, isn't it? Just the colours and the tones. It's so magical.
It does, it all works so well together. So we'll pop this one at the bottom, just so we've got them matching in there. And then let's go and have a look what top is we've got left here. So we've got to take the one from both of us. And we'll take the Merry Christmas. I think we'll just layer these up. That bottom corner there. So we'll put this one on flat.
There's so many amazing samples to show you as well. I can't wait for you all to see how beautiful this collection is and some of the amazing things that the design team has made with this as well.
And I was meant to bring in my Aurora gems and I've completely
Yes.
forgot because they work so perfectly
So
with it.
well, honestly. If you are thinking, or maybe, you know, you want to make sure that you have absolutely everything you can to just make these cards extra special, get your Aurora Borealis gemstones. If you don't have them already, you'll be able to find them on the website. They're part of our classic gemstone collection, but they have that same sort of like iridescent rainbow look. There we go.
So
They work so well with this.
right. There we go. Yeah, they do. They work absolutely perfectly. So let's just add a few of these on to finish.
So many really cool cards to show you. Wow.
It is one of those kits that just inspires you to do something a little bit different.
It is, isn't it? There's, oh, I love this. I can't wait to show you this. How cool is that? Wow. Very, very cool.
So let me tidy up some of my mess so I can show this one off. There we go, just an easel front card, but just done a little bit differently.
Love that. It's so cute. Really, really good use of that cardstock as well. And using your acetate and your topper in a really nice, different way. And there's so many nice things that have been done with this as well with the team. Let me show you some of them. Look at this. How sweet is this? A lovely little sort of like gatefold-esque card with that image coming through and really making a great use out of your border strips there as well. We've got this one. Oh, I love this. Wow. How incredible is that? There's so many amazing makes here. I love this one as well. The really sort of like, it's like a DL thingy front. Really cool. This one here as well with the wolves. I love this idea. I did a card quite similar to this yesterday actually in my last show, because I think it's so cool to make use out of this sort of middle section of cardstock. Love this one as well. Absolutely so cool to do this with your cards. We've got a lovely little stepper. Again, I was saying you have to cut him out and they've done it. They have done it. Looking absolutely phenomenal. This one's really cute with that little sneak peek of acetate running down the center there. And then look at the little seals.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So sweet. And then this is the one I was wowing at. I love this one that Jane's done because you've got the mirror on the sides to match, and then you've got that really nice sort of aperture there with that main image on the inside. And I think, oh no, it is cardstock. she has used the cardstock. I was going to say I think it's the 8x8 paper pad, but she has used cardstock there. Absolutely so inspiring. So before it runs out and I've not had a chance to show it to you, let's have a look at our acetate. It is absolutely stunning, foiled in the same rainbow holographic. We've got 4 designs and you're going to get 4 of each. So you have this one that runs either all along the bottom or the top or the side, depending on how you have it. We've got this smaller one in here as well, which has that flurry sort of coming in from the side piece. We've got a lovely border strip, which is going to work perfectly. And then our final one is this one here, which has your edge to edge sort of border, which if you like to make stepper cards will look incredible as a stepper card base, just by using your acetate for a center stepper instead of using your cardstock. Gorgeous, gorgeous acetate, just £11.99, but we are selling through that really, really fast, so we don't want you to miss out on that. If you want to get it because it coordinates so well, then absolutely add it to your baskets. So the other items that you're going to get within your larger bundle, if you're going to buy it that way, saving you £10, it's £34.91. If you're part of our Diamond Members Club though, that's going to come down to £31 and a little bit. So we have our gorgeous designs here in our inserts. Oops, falling all over the place. But they are absolutely gorgeous. You can see how these are really gonna create your cards and really add that extra value to your makes, because they are stunning. They coordinate so well. These are £9.99 if you want to add another pack to your basket, or maybe you're just getting the toppers and you're going to get your inserts to coordinate as well, then you can do that also. However, if you're going to do that, you might as well just get the bundle, because you're going to save the price of one of these extra elements and you're going to get the paper pad for absolutely no cost at all. Really, really beautiful inserts. Love that image, so cute. And then the final one has your wolves on. All of that detail is still in these card blanks. It might be muted, but you can still see all of the light, all of the dimension. And then we have your 8x8 paper pads. So here we are. Already it looks amazing. These images are something else. We've got 12 different designs in here. You're going to get 4 of each, and on the reverse you've got a beautiful coordinating pattern that works really well alongside the collection, so even more room for crafting. So like I said, 4 of each.
If you're making cards for Harry Potter fans, that first page
I
would
know,
be perfect.
yeah. Gorgeous, isn't it? But look at these. What I love about this artwork is that you've got the artwork from the collection, so those stunning atmospheric images. However, they're like zoomed in versions. They are incredible. I mean, look at that moon, how it shines off the cardstock. Beautiful. This has to be my favourite from this whole paper pad. It kind of looks like I want to get in there and give them all cuddles, but they might bite me, so probably not.
You could do that. I bet you could fussy cut around it and stick a picture of your head.
Stick a picture of my head
them.
in. Shall we try it? Or I could do a Teletubbies and make myself the moon.
That would be cool.
Look at this. It's so sweet. It's beautiful. This one here. I mean, this image is in that collection, but I can't see the moon from the Topper kit because it's too small. In this size, it is incredible. I absolutely cannot get over the detailing within this kit. They're like photograph images of these stunning, stunning animals. It is just so amazing to look at.
How well the light is encapsulated. I know we've had quite a few collections recently where the way we've captured the light has absolutely blown my mind, but this collection takes it to another level.
It does something else, isn't it? And I think when you've got just that one tone or the 2 tones of kind of colour running through, that sort of like nice pinky purple and this blue, to be able to have something that has so much dimension in just this monochrome sort of one colour look is magnificent. Another favourite as well. They're just too cute. I absolutely love it. Let's give you a little flick through of the patterns you're going to receive as well, because these are just as important to be able to help you make more from your kit. So we've got some nice designs here with the sort of tiger print and the snow. We've got this sort of really nice muted mottle look here. Then you've got that really sweet bokeh effect. We've got some really deep snowfalls. We've got ones with the tree on. Some beautiful snowflake images as well, which really tie well alongside your toppers. You're going to be able to use these so much. If you get this though, and you want to use it alongside some elements in your topper collection, and you're thinking, well, how am I going to do that? Because I need that sort of rainbow holographic to be able to do that, then you absolutely can, because we've got that for you as well. Honestly, we've thought of everything that you'll need. Because we need it as well when we're card making, so we add it. We get it added if it's not there. This is our Rainbow Miri Card Essentials Rainbow Holographic. You're going to get 20 sheets in this pack. Look at all the colours. I've just moved that about 5 times. I've got reds, I've got oranges, I've got yellows, I've got greens. We've got blue now, purple, pinks. It's all in there. It's absolutely stunning. £7.99 for this vision of colour, and that's going to be able to allow you to do your mats and layers and still have that coordinating rainbow mirror. All of the team have used their rainbow mirror with this because it just works so well. So add it to your baskets for you to be able to make those stunning cards as well. Kat, what's next?
Yeah, I'm going to use the paper pads.
You have to, don't you?
And I'm going to be naughty, and I'm going to use all 4 sheets.
Oh, I did that.
Of one
I did that twice because it's so worth it.
Yeah, it absolutely screams to be cut out and do some like old-fashioned like kind of decoupage, cutting out yourself and layering up, some fussy cutting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to 3 notches under 8, because we're just going to go for a simple 8x8 card.
Okay.
So let me cut my first piece down to 8x8, 3 notches under 8x8. Now, my top tip is do this straight away with all the pieces that you're using, making sure that you're cutting from the same side each time. Because if you do it every time you get to it, you might then cut your 3 notches off this side or your 3 notches off the bottom, and then when you're trying to layer it up, you might think, oh, that's not quite right. So get all your pieces that you're working with and make sure that you cut in your notches off the right side so they're all the same. So when you put your layers on. Right, and now I'm going to cheat a bit because I actually want 5 layers of decoupage when I've only got 4 pages.
How are you going to do that?
So I'm going to pinch the little penguin out of this sheet here. And because I'm going to be covering it up with other layers, you're not going to know. So I'm going to pinch little baby penguin out of this one. And we'll hide the hole away. And this is a great tip if you're wanting to do more layers than you've actually got pages for. So we'll just cut him out of there. And we'll stash him away for later on.
So many people over on YouTube have just written the message is exactly the same. Just placed my order. I could not help myself. I could not resist this. Rachel says, I think we've all been drawn to ordering this. These live demos need to have must contain subliminal messages for making us buy it. Honestly, you just have to. It's absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful, and I promise you, when you get this home, you will see even more in closer detail how incredible it is. They are absolutely amazing.
So again, because it's a paper pad and a glossy paper pad, I'm going to use my tape. So I just find I get a better finish than using my wet glues with this. And again, you might get a little bit of this tape speaking through that hole there, but that is not going to be a problem for
Absolutely
long.
not.
Make sure I've got my card going in the right direction. Just layer this up and pop that down. So I've cut my first layer. So you see, as soon as we pop that on,
It's incredible, isn't it?
up. So that is the entire background with the penguin and the moon.
Do you know what I'd be doing as well? I would be putting these in box frames and making like
stunning,
amazing imagery that you can obviously get the little box frames, pop some little mirror around them, decoupage these sheets up. You've got 12 designs in there, so you could make 12 box frames with this stunning artwork. Get selling those on your craft stalls. People are going to love it because it's just incredible.
It really is. So this time we're fussy cutting it around that mountain range in the background. But then I am not wasting the rest of this piece of paper. I am going to use the top for a little strip at the back as well on the background. So, Mummy Penguin. And say if you've any Happy Feet fans in the family.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I love that film. Zena says, I've bought all of it. I have so many ideas. And you know what? I think it's so true that this, when a collection is as beautiful as this, the ideas, the different designs that you can make, they just kind of like come at you in like a big rush. You need to kind of like put them in like a mental filing cabinet so you don't forget all of the things you can do with it, because it's so beautiful. The cardstock is so well thought out and put together that it just gives you so many ideas for what you can be making.
It does. Now, there's just a tiny little bit round here with his wing that's just a little bit tricky to get into with the scissors, so I'm just going to take that away with the craft knife. Try not to make too much of a mess of it. There we go.
And I love this message from Denise that says, I don't know when I'll use this collection living in the Caribbean, but I absolutely love it. Maybe it'll just be a little bit hot and people will need cooling down. Sometimes looking at chilly images, it does the job. That can be your selling point for your cards.
I wish I'd known that this past week or so.
That's what we should have done. Well, to be fair, it was a little bit late, wasn't it, when we got this to work on. The warm weather had gone by then.
Just pop another bit over here, and then we can start layering up. So I'm just putting all my layers together now. So I've got that one. I've pre-cut Mummy and Baby, and then we've got the little baby that we cut earlier. I'll just stick a bit of foam pad on the back there.
The dimension in this is just going to make this image 10 times more amazing than it already is.
That's it. And the like you said, you could have just kept with the 4 layers and not put your extra little baby on the front.
No,
but
it's going to make
it just makes all the difference. Right, so I'm going to pop these onto each other before I pop it onto the card, because I want to add something else just a little bit in the background, just to make the most of our paper pad, and that so I don't feel too wasteful for using all the layers in one go. So we just line these up.
With this in mind though, if you are going to get that bundle, you can buy extras of certain items, and this is definitely one of those. That if you've got the if you've got that spare sort of £9.99 and you can do it, then definitely pop in another paper pad, because you can make cards with one, and then you could make your box frames. You could do these really nice decoupages with another, and then you have obviously different varieties of those. And also, if you do that, then you can sell your cards alongside your box frames as like a little gift.
Oh yeah, how beautiful.
So you've got the card for Christmas, and then you've got the gift within the box frame. It all works together.
So I'm going back to this scrap that I cut out before, and I'm going to cut a strip just 3 notches under the 2 inches. And this should already be 3 under the 8 because I
forgot my brew. It's going to be cold now.
Oh no!
I know.
And I'm going to matte layer that up onto some matching mirror. And then we just get that little peek of the background paper as well, just to break it up slightly and add something a little bit different in. And that I don't feel like I'm throwing too much in the bin at the same time. On there. And then I'm going to bring this just to about there, I think. You can have a play around, that's why I've not put this down yet. Just to add that strip of something different.
I like
that in the background. So I think we'll go right there. I'm just going to give myself just a tiny little pencil mark so I know where.
What a good idea.
It just adds a bit of something, doesn't it?
It does. And like you say, you're using that like little bit of waste, aren't you?
Yeah.
But even if you do have lots of different panels, because obviously you've cut this same image time and time again, you could do what Kat's done here, make lots of panels and then layer those up on some of maybe the adorable scorable we've got coming up, or just onto a coloured piece of card, and that could be the background for your card. You could just use one of the topper images that you've got left behind. There's honestly so many things that you can do with this. It's just such an inspiring collection, and I know from the comments that are coming in that everyone is so just absolutely loving this collection, and there's so much just chat about the ideas and what they're going to be making. Rachel, you have just made my life. Rachel said, oh yes, a box frame, layering images and mini craft lights.
Oh,
that would be next level.
It would.
This is why I love having everyone here in the comments, because we, as crafters, we just all inspire each other, don't we, with all of our ideas. That would just be amazing.
I believe you've got over there some matching ribbon.
I do have some matching ribbon. Would you like some of my matching ribbon? I've got 12 different colours for you, Kat.
Well, you pick what you think's going to go with this card. I trust you.
Well, there's about 5 different purples here, so you're going to... I think we'll go with, because you've got that sort of deeper bluey purple in here, haven't you?
Yeah.
So let's go with this, like, I'll give you 2 and then you can see which one you think's best. I'm going with like a bluey purple. Oh, this is going to be horrendous. They're all tied together now. I've gone with a bluey purple and then like a mulberry purple.
Okay, let's have a look.
You'll have to just stretch them because they're actually stuck. There we go.
Ooh,
what do you think?
Ooh. I don't know, they both work. Or
do you want a dark purple, because I've got that as well?
No, I'll do this, that's fine. So I'm just popping that last little sentiment under the penguin there. I think I quite like this mulberry one.
It's cute, isn't it?
Or should I be really fancy and use a bit of both?
Just do both.
Please do both. Snip a bit off.
I'll take them back.
Yeah. So let's just layer them up. You know, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I think that was the where we go with this one here. Look how beautiful.
I think you've gone with gin and tonic here, Kat. I don't think you've gone with lemonade.
Let's trim that down a bit more.
Oops.
Might be slightly on the big side for a bow, but hey ho. Pop that there, and then
I'm sure we've got 12 colours in here, but now I'm thinking we've got 8 colours and it's 3 of each. It is 8 colours of wide.
You've been telling Porky.
I have. And I picked this as well, so I shouldn't have been telling Porky.
It's 8 absolutely stunning.
Been a while.
Colours.
I did think they were long strips for... for that length. But 24 meters is still the total amount that you're going to get.
And I love that and it is one of Natalie's jobs, and I've told you before, I love watching her do this, but we genuinely, she
Stressful,
sits
man.
there and picks brand new colours every time to match the collection. We don't just have like a stock of colours and we make them work.
Yeah.
They are specifically picked every time to match the collection perfectly. Right, I'm ready. Here we go. My bow might fall off because it needs a little bit more grab time.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
It's just phenomenal, isn't it? It's like every single time you see it, it's like, oh, this is amazing. And it really, really is. I love that cat.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, talking of ribbon, I've created a little display here for you so you can see all of the colours that you are going to get. We have got 8 colours. It's 3 of each, so I lied. But you are getting 24, so don't worry, you're still getting the same amount of ribbon. The colours are just less by 2, by 4. I can't do maths. So you've got 4 purples in here, going from a really light blue to the deep mulberry. You've got the chocolate box purple, and then we've gone for like an even darker purple than that. Then we've got sort of like a silvery blue. We've got a cornflower, a royal blue, and then this gorgeous midnight blue. Honestly, every single colour here works incredible with this collection. And I'm not saying that because I am the ribbon picker and I picked them myself, because that would be a little bit biased. However, they are, like Kat said, picked out to work with all of the colours that we have in this collection. So hopefully I've done a really good job, and hopefully you get so much use out of this, because adding ribbon to your cards is just really, really fun. Let's just bring all of this back up here now and pop it in the bag. It is a really fun thing to do, and I love when we are this kind of like specific about it, the colours that we've chosen, and that they really do match all the different tones that you get in your kit. So £9.99 for that ribbon. 24 meters is quite a lot as well, so you will get, I don't know whether you'd still have ribbon left over after making all your cards. It depends how many you make, really.
Yeah.
And you could be doing some fancy things with your ribbon as well. But you can get that. Another thing that we have for you, which coordinates beautifully, is our adorable scoreable selection. 30 sheets in here. We've got 10 different colours for you. Again, Jen's done, and the team designed this collection, and Jen always picks out the adorable scoreable to go with it, and another one which works so well. All of those blues you can be using. We've got the black there for those ones with sort of like your tigers or your leopards on, where that black creeps through. Then look at these purples. Oh. Absolutely stunning array of colours here. We've got the white in for you as well. Then we've got that deep blue and this absolutely gorgeous orchid. This colour would have looked really nice with that one Kat's just done as well, because it works really perfectly with the pinks. So you can get that. You are going to get 3 of each of those sheets, so it's going to be a 30 sheet pack, and that's £9.99 in total. And we're not stopping there, because Stacey and Jen have also designed some incredible stamps for you. These are awesome. I'm going to show you the fronts and then I'll show you the back so you can see them in beautiful detail. We have an amazing multi-buy. You can get all 3 of these for the price of 2. So they're going to be £16 instead of £8 each. We've got the stunning owls. Look how detailed these are. These are A6 stamps, so they are absolutely huge. You can be creating your own blue backgrounds with your inks, and that's going to look amazing. Or you can be colouring these in. This one here, let me turn it over, is so detailed. I don't know if we can get all of that in. I did have boards, but I left them at telly, so I'm really sorry again. That's my fault. Look at that. Look at it. They're amazing. You can't make compositions like this on your own with single stamps.
No, you can't.
Absolutely not. It's beautiful. And this one, that image that we love so much of that beautiful little cub, you can get that in an A6 stamp. Look at that. Absolutely my favourite stamp ever to colour in this. Absolutely love it. We've got some cards, but we only have cards with the same 2 things made. So we've got 2 cards with our wolves. I think the other ones might be in Anne's office because she is writing up the next issue of the magazine, which these will be featured in. So we've got that one there. And then I love this one here.
Oh, wow.
This little composition that Jane's created with the masking tapes, just to do that, and adding it in with the Miri just really brings it into this collection. So the best way to get them is in your multi-buy, or if you just want to select one, because let's be honest, we're all having this one. £8 each if you just want one, or the best way to do it is to get any 3 for 2, and that also runs across all of our stamps. So maybe there's an A6 stamp that you've been looking at and you thought, well, I don't just want to get one, then this is the time to do it. Maybe you could get the owl, the cub, and then another one, or maybe there's 2 others that you really like. Then you can mix and match across all of our A6 stamps. So that's a really fun thing. I love doing that. Kat, are you ready? Because I'm so excited to see this demo.
I am.
She showed it me earlier on and I was like, I love this. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, so I am going to be working with the gorgeous tiger cub. Is it a tiger cub? It's a cub of some description.
I think it's a lion, isn't it?
It is a lion cub. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got a piece of white ink card, and I've taken one of our torn edge rectangle nesting dies, and I'm going to cut this out just so I know the area that I've got to work with. So layer this back up. And run this through here quickly.
So much love for the stamps. Blair says the stamps are so stunning. There is so much detail in them. They are so much fun to colour in. Honestly, I had like a whole day of just colouring in these stamps last week, and I loved it. They're like little colouring pages.
What have I done?
What have you done?
I don't know, it's not cool.
Oh, is it because you've not got your other
Am I missing a plate?
plate in from before?
But where did I put the plate that I took out? Here.
Oh,
There we go.
there was nearly some. It's a good job I remembered that, because my memory's terrible. We would have been in all sorts of kerfuffles.
Right, attempt number 2. I can hear it. It's definitely cutting this time.
Yeah, I had a little
Clicking
crunch.
away. That's better. So we just pop this out of here. And it is the inner frame that I'm using. Not the inner frame, the inner aperture. Take that tape off. Now I'm going to be really careful before I put this down to go over this with my anti-static bag, especially
Oh yeah,
where the
especially
tape's
those
been.
tapey bits.
Stamping press.
Over there?
Can you see it?
I can't see it, but I'm
You
just
see it?
thinking,
It's hidden
is it
under
over
all
there?
this mess here. There we go.
General area is normally over there.
So let's get my anti-static bag, because I am going to be doing a little bit of heat embossing. I want to make especially those corners where the tape's been. I mean, at the end of the day, I am just trying to build up a snowy effect background, so it's not the end of the world if we end up with a little bit of extra embossing powder. But
Heather
better to
says,
be on the safe side.
I've just got to buy the owl stamp. I really love it, and it will be my first stamp I have ever bought. This is so exciting, Heather. I wonder if it'll be your last. You might find a new love for stamping. Who knows?
I don't think many people try and then you fall in love with it, don't you?
You do.
There's so many different things you can do. Like what I'm doing today is I'm using inks to create a background, so there's no actual colouring involved.
No.
So there's lots of ways you can use them. So it's just picked up a little bit of the ink that I was using before, but that's absolutely fine. My Versamark. So for this layer, I'm just going in with the Versamark, my clear ink for heat embossing, and then I've picked out from the Wow powders, I've got a clear sparkle.
Oh, I love.
So it's just
Is this
gonna
one of the
give
new
me-
Christmas ones?
I'm not sure. I just pulled it out the tub that we got in the craft room.
I think it might be, you know. We've got a great selection of Christmas wow embossing powders up on the website. So if heat embossing is something you love to do around Christmas time, then have a look on the website at wow embossing powders, because we've got greens, we've got reds, we've got glitter ones as well,
Yeah,
haven't
we
we? Which
have.
is super, super fun. So have a look at all of those embossing powders, because honestly, it's so fun having different colours.
So I'm just making sure in particular that I'm really getting a good impression around the outside. We are going to be covering the lion cub again with another layer, so that's not as important. We just want to make sure that all those snowflakes are the ones that we really want to pick out in this layer. And we can keep that on there because we're going to use that again shortly. Is there a little just bit of paper I can use for doing my sprinkling on? So I'm going to take this over here. And I'm hoping this is going to pick up that it doesn't just look like I'm doing nothing on nothing.
No, I can see it.
Can
I
you
can
see the
actually, yeah,
sparkle?
I could actually see the embossing lines really well as well. Got a good ink pad there, Kat. Is it a new one?
I don't know, it's done me a while, this one, you know. Staying really, really juicy.
I got a new one the other week when I was working from home because I had the Rona again. Honestly, it was the best moment of my life when I opened the box that Stacey had organised for me, and she'd put a new ink pad in there. I was like, oh my god, it's Christmas.
So we'll start, get my heat gun out, pray it's plugged in. Yeah, there we go. Now these can be a little bit funny to tell when they're fully turned. They're not quite as obvious as like the gold and the silver. And because we are inking over,
You can see it though.
can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it showing up?
Yeah, you can see it.
It looks really good. So we are going to be, like I said, we're inking over, but with like a slightly different effect that, well, I've not shown on here before anyway.
No, I don't think I've seen anyone do this before, and that's why I'm so excited for you to do it.
And when we ink over, it's just going to show through, it's going to be clear, or it will be by the end of it. You're going to get those clear, like star flakes just glittering through the background. Just taking a little bit of extra time to make sure everything's fully turned. It's not just going to wipe away when I ink it. I think we're okay there.
I'm so excited for this next bit, honestly.
So what I'm going to try and do is create like a fake bokeh kind of effect. So I've picked out 4 shades from my blues in my Prism Shimmer inks. So we've got the Arctic Mist, the Periwinkle, Lagoon Blue and Nautical Blue.
How good is it going to look in your shimmer inks as well?
I know. And then I've treated myself to 4 new pads. And what we're going to do, we're going to use these as as a stamp, as the circle, to get that kind of bokeh effect. So I'm going to start with the Periwinkle.
I would love to know the percentage of people watching this video right now that are going to try this in the next probably 2 days, because honestly you're going to be amazed. It looks so good.
So you just want to stamp it down and then you can twist over to get that lovely kind of smudged effect. Don't worry, I'm not
And
going
you
to
can
do the whole
start to
thing.
see those that embossing now coming through even more.
Yeah, and we will wipe over it all just like in the end, just to like bring it to life. So I'm not going to do the whole thing here. I will get one of each colour on for you at least, and then show you what the finished look like. So then just swap over your pads, and we'll go in with the Arctic Mist. And then you just start layering these up. You can easily, you want to be overlapping on your colours, because that will give you lots of depth. And it just gives you that lovely effect. I know you all think I'm going crazy now, but
Jackie, the die that Kat used to cut this out is our torn edge nesting dies, rectangles. We also have them in circles, ovals and squares.
They just make life so much easier, don't they? Have you tried tearing a circle recently?
No.
It's not fun.
Especially ones that you could nest.
Yeah. And you just see where you overlap these colours, you get that really, really lovely effect. And you want to be doing this. You don't want to be throwing your blending tool away like I am. And we'll just go in with that fourth colour. And I will do my very best Blue Peter impression for you shortly. So just work that around. And you carry on till you're fully covered.
Oh, look at it.
And you should end up with something that looks a bit like this.
It is incredible. Honestly, when she showed it me before, I was blown away by how this looks.
So what I would like to do next is just go back to my periwinkle, and I'm just going to give it a buff all over with this just to get those colours really blended in, and this will really help.
Yeah, because that's a lighter colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
That periwinkle. So all of those gaps or edgings, and then you can really see the sparkly, shimmering snowflakes.
And then if you've got like a little bit of tissue or a little bit of blue roll or something, you can just use to extra buff up them if you would like. And then I'm going to switch back to my darker colour. I'm not going to put any more ink on, I'm just going to rely on what's left on the pad just to slightly darken up those edges.
So nice. Lots of people are loving this. Kirsty says that Blue Lagoon. Susan, I love this effect.
So let's come round here. Right, let's get all my messy inks out the way now. Apart from my periwinkle, I'm going to keep hold of my periwinkle. So like I said, our little cub has disappeared into the background and we want to make him the main focus. So I'm going to go in again with my stamping press, take another little bit of white ink me card, get this down. And this time,
spectacular idea, this Kat.
oh, thank you.
I know. She is amazing, isn't she?
So this time I've found this Whirlpool Wow Glitter Emboss powder just to pick out those beautiful blues. But this time I'm not going in with my Versamark, I'm going in with my Periwinkle Blue, because sometimes with the glitters, because they are chunky, they're not going to hit every single
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
space. So if you go in with a similar colour underneath, even if your glitter misses a little spot, you're still going to have a complete image. And then just your glitter more as an addition, as a sparkle on top. So this one, I'm doing the opposite. I keep saying this one, it's doing my head in. I need to stop it. I am just concentrating on the bottom section and the cup, because we're going to be cutting him out afterwards. And as you can see, I'm just making sure I've got really good coverage there.
Diane, we're sending you lots of love, but definitely get back into the craft room, get lost in crafting. It will definitely, even just 5 minutes, doing something that you love, I think always makes you feel a little bit better.
It really does.
And Rachel says your creativity is just endless, Kat. It's true.
Aww.
So true.
Right, let's lift him up and see how he's looking. There we go. What a pretty boy. I've decided it's a boy and he's called Tom. So let's get my embossing powder on quick smart. So I've lost my little thing. Here it is.
Oh, this is a nice colour. I bet this is part of those Christmas ones as well, isn't it?
It all just works so well together. So again, I'm just concentrating on the cub and that bit at the bottom there. Good coverage. Look how shiny.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But I'm not quite done yet. I'm not going to go straight back to my heat tool because I want to use this again for my sentiment. So I have picked, I'm making a mess today. I need another little scrap of, where do I put it? I can't have lost my sentiment because I've pinched it off Rebecca. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. And a little bit of white ink cardstock. We've got some down here.
Will it fit on the side of your piece that you cut before?
I don't know. Let's see. I might do that. I was just going to put it as a strip down the card, but it could do that as well.
Oh no, I was meaning the die cut bit. It's behind you now.
I don't know what I've done. No, it won't. I think I went to do that before. Anyway, I'm pinching a bit of this card. Use this for a put down card later. So I'm going to pop this on there and I'm going to leave quite a chunky border at the bottom. Pop my tape across the top. I've got a smaller machine, have I?
No, we'll have to do the big one. Small ones are all on the side.
Feel that going on the wonk. I just need to put that on. Yeah, so I'm going to use my embossing powders to colour this as well.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
cool.
going to go over with my Versamark.
I like that technique. Especially for bringing it all together and making it look quite incredible.
Sorry, I feel like I'm doing a lot of faffing around today. Please forgive me, everybody.
But the cards are amazing, Kat, so it doesn't matter. Faff away.
She'll tell me off when we get out of here.
I definitely won't.
I'm only joking. So the first thing, I'm going to go in with the periwinkle again, just to give it some, like I said, just that base colour underneath. And I'm just going straight in with the pad. Just that little bit of...
And it's a really good thing to note as well that you can heat emboss with these colours. So the first embossing powder that Kat used was a clear glitter, but you could have turned that clear glitter into any colour of your ink pads if you have used your colour down first instead of like a clear embossing powder. So there's so many ways of transforming things in that way.
So I am going to cheat, even though that you can use that for your bossing, because I've been smushing it out a bit.
Yeah.
It might not have the full sticking powder, so I'm just, for a little bit of extra stick, I'm going to go over.
You want it to look amazing, don't you?
With my Versamark as well, because we want to get that glitter to really adhere to this. And I'm going to go back over. Give that a really, really good coat. And this is the fun bit. So trying to pick it up without knocking any of the glitter off.
Yeah.
But I can go back and add some to the edges if there's anything that's just a little bit where I've grabbed it. Look at that. So I'll pop that down there. And this is a great way, if you've not got any of the shimmer cards or anything like that, that you can make your own shimmer sentiments.
Yeah.
Or make them exactly the colour you want them to. So this as well, sorry, I know I'm faffing on, but I hate seeing waste. Where we've put the Versamark on there and the glitter's stuck to that, heat emboss that up as well, and then you could cut
Die
some
cut things
snowflakes
from that.
Yeah, snowflakes. Don't waste anything. So, I know, I'm in one of those mood, guys. You're going to have to put up with me.
Where's your embossing tool? Oh, yeah.
Put it back on here, just so I'm thinking. Right, so the fun part comes when you need to emboss things like this, because as soon as you put the thing,
it just flies away.
So get your craft knife or your pokey tool and just find a little place where you can pin it down and hold it in place.
Not done too bad there. I thought you would have like spun around a little bit. That embossing powder is gorgeous.
Look how lush that looks.
Oh, wow.
And then not to forget about our little friend up the top. We'll do him as well.
Oh yeah.
So sweet. So cute, isn't he?
What colour is that embossing powder?
What, sorry?
Debbie's asked what embossing powder you're using. What colour is it?
It is called Whirlpool.
Whirlpool.
Now, it might be one that's come up from the shop, so...
I know, I feel like I've seen that one. It's the Wow embossing powder and the colour is Whirlpool. So have a look. See if you can find it on the website. If not, you'll definitely be able to buy it from Wow. Because we do have a crazy selection of embossing powders, like Kaya says, that's come up from the shop over the years, and you just keep them, don't you? So
yeah. So now I'm just going to cut around that base and around Tom. I'm going to fussy cut around those whiskers. And I'm not going to lie, again, I'm going to get in trouble. I had done one of these earlier that I could just pop on, but this one's turned out so much better that I'm just going to stick with it. So, you'll all be having your lunch late today, guys. I'm sorry. In there, nearly done, I promise. And we'll just trim down the sides. Nothing too fancy, just following the line of the die. And then we can layer this back on top with a couple of foam pads, and it just really makes that background
so
pop.
Sweet.
And again, I would normally, I'm not going to do it today because my glue's being quite slow on me, but if I'm using foam pads onto inks and stuff, I do just tend to add a little bit more glue onto the back of the foam pads, because sometimes all that layering up of the ink at the bit on the back can make it not stick as much as it would usually do. So you just do that for a little bit of extra effect. And then I'm just going to pop this on to a 6x6 card. I'm going to keep it really simple. Come on, glue. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to tape. I've not got the patience for it today. And then I'll decide where I'm going to put my sentiment. I think I'm going to be in here till about 2:30 cleaning up. I've made some mess today. But we love a bit of messy crafting, don't we? So we'll pop that on there.
It looks so sweet.
And then you can have this running down the side. I'm going to centre that, and then anything, if there's hanging over, I can just trim off.
Very adorable.
And I'm just going to keep it that, because you know I've spent far too long on it.
Very, very, very sweet. An amazing demonstration. Really showing off how you can use different techniques, and I love that bokeh technique. I don't think we've ever seen that before, so it was so fascinating to watch it come to life. And how amazing does it look? It's incredible. So many people absolutely loving the embossing powder as well. Have a look on the website, have a look at WOW as well. I'm sure we've got a real selection of colours coming in, because they were in our most recent supplements, so bear in mind that they might still be getting ready to be uploaded, but there are some different colours coming, including lots of amazing glitters and Christmas effects. But that's all we have time for today. We've got to get back to doing our other jobs. But thank you very much for watching, and thank you to Kat for all of 3 of those amazing demonstrations. Pauline's going to be on Hobby Maker tomorrow, so if you've got not much to do in the afternoon, then catch up on that show, because she has a fantastic launch of a new decoupage concept card, and then at 3 p.m. she's going to be showing you her take on Under the Moonlight, so watch that for some more inspiration. And then at 5 o'clock we have a bunch of amazing Christmas bestsellers, so if you've missed some shows, if you're wanting to see in more detail some of the things that we've already launched, then tune in to that one. But next up on Hunkydory TV, the Queen is back in the country, and tomorrow she's back in the building. Anne-Marie and Becca are going to be here. I don't think she knows that she's demoing yet, so that's going to be fun in the morning when she gets here. But join Anne-Marie and Rebecca. We're throwing it back to some Hunkydory classics with a Throwback Thursday show and some fantastic deals. But thank you all so much for joining us today. Have a lovely rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you here again tomorrow.